Sir, your voice is not audible. Not audible, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. Headphones are not working. Fine. Okay. Shall we start? Okay. So last time we have discussed about the desert type of climate, which is located between 10 to 30 degree latitude. Today we are going to discuss about the next type of climate, that is called as Mediterranean type of climate, right? So I hope all of you have read the desert type of climate yesterday. Any doubts for the desert type of climate, Anand?
No, sir.
Okay, shall you? So we can see here. Can you all see the screen now? Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here you can see that the next zone, that is the warm temperate zone, which is located between 30 to 45 degree latitude in the northern hemisphere. On the western margin of the continent, we have the Mediterranean type of climate. Now, why this is called as Mediterranean type of climate? Because such type of climate is well developed around Mediterranean Sea, and that is why it is called as Mediterranean type of climate. So we will go and check it out what is the location of the Mediterranean type of climate today. So now, yes, can you all see the screen now? Here you can see the Mediterranean type of climate is well developed between 30 to 45 degree latitude in the western margin of the continent, that is in and around the Mediterranean Sea. So all of you know where is the location of the Mediterranean Sea. Can you all see? So this is the Mediterranean Sea, where in surrounding region of Mediterranean Sea, such type of climate is developed, that is in the North Hemisphere. And in some part of North America, that is in the western part of the America, we have Mediterranean type of climate. In South America, in some part of Chile, that is between 30 to 45 degree latitude in the western margin of the Chile, we have the Mediterranean type of climate. Then tip of the South Africa and tip of the Australia, we do have the Mediterranean type of climate. Now, Mediterranean type of climate has a unique feature in climate, a unique feature which is not found anywhere in the, what you can say, in the other parts of the world. So we have seen that in equatorial type of climate, there is rainfall throughout the year. That is throughout the there is rainfall. In monsoon type of climate, there is rainfall only during the that is the rainy season. That is in the what you can say, that is in the rainy season. And in Sudan type of climate, there is a rainfall, but that amount of rainfall is this. But again, that is restricted in the rainy season. And in desert type of climate, we have seen there is less rainfall during the summer only. So majority of the climates in the world, they do experience rainfall either in summer or in the rainy season. But Mediterranean type of climate, that is the warm, temperate, western margin climate, has a unique feature that there is a rainfall during the winter season. So at no part of the world, nowhere in the world, there is rainfall in the winter season. So this is the only climatic type out of the 11 climatic type where the rainfall is during the winter season. Now, why there is a, what you can say, the rainfall during the winter season, and why there is summers are dry here, right? So here you can see the climate, it is mentioned here that in Mediterranean of climate, there is a dry, warm summer with offshore trades. So as we have seen, there is a shifting of the pressure belt. So we have already seen there is a shifting of the pressure belt. And because of the shifting of the pressure belt from subtropical high pressure belt to subtropical low pressure belt, during the summer, the wind blows from, what you can say, the wind blows from land to sea. Because we have already seen that during the summer, the sun is exactly in the northern hemisphere, the pressure belt, what you can say, the shifts in the northern side. And due to that, the winds which blow during the summer, they blow from land towards sea. And since they are blowing from land towards sea, there are no rainfall during the summer season. On contrary, in winter season, we can see here there is a picture given here at the left hand side that you can see here is that during the winter season, the sun goes in the south hemisphere. That is why there is winter in the north hemisphere. And because of this apparent movement of the sun and apparent movement of because of that apparent movement of the sun, there is shifting of the pressure belt, and this shifting of the pressure belt leads to the movement of the wind, like from land towards sea. तो ये जब ऊपर चले जाते हैं तो उसमें क्या हो जाता है कि the winds are blowing from Mediterranean Sea to the surrounding region, and since they are blowing from Mediterranean Sea to the land, that's from sea to land or water body to land, they bring some moisture. There is addition of moisture, and that leads to winter rainfall. So what you need to remember is that in Mediterranean type of climate, which is well developed around the Mediterranean Sea, which is located between 30 to 45 degree latitude in the western margin of the continent, there is winter rainfall because of the onshore winds. There are two types of winds. One is called as onshore winds and another is called as offshore winds. So onshore winds are those winds which moves from sea towards land. These are called as onshore winds, and the winds which blows from land towards sea, these are called as offshore winds, right? So can anybody tell me, in winter in India, there are offshore winds or there are onshore winds in India in the monsoon type of climate? The wind blows from land towards sea or sea towards lands in winter in monsoon type of climate. Yes, Anshu? How the winds blows in the winter in India or in monsoon type of climate, because India is located in the monsoon type of climate. The wind blows from land towards sea or from sea towards land. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the wind blows from land towards sea or sea towards
Sir, also sea to land, sir.
During winter, the wind blows from sea to land or land to sea? Yes, Daya. These are onshore winds or offshore winds?
No idea, sir.
No idea. तो इंडिया में विंटर में विंड्स जमीन से समंदर की तरफ चले जाते हैं या समंदर से जमीन की तरफ चले जाते हैं?
Sir, offshore climate होता है ना?
No, I'm talking about the wind. So I'm talking about India in monsoon type of climate. The winds are onshore or offshore? Yes, Anant. During winter, the winds are onshore or offshore?
From sea to land.
विंटर में अगर विंटर में सी टू लैंड
sea
होते हैं तो फिर बारिश क्यों नहीं होती है विंटर में?
No, sir. Sir, in rainy season होता है sir, sea towards land.
हाँ,
And
तो
summer
I'm talking about
land
winter.
towards sea and winter land towards sea.
तो विंटर में मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, विंटर में इंडिया में जो विंड्स होते हैं, जो विंड्स ब्लो करते हैं, वो ऑफशोर होते हैं या ऑनशोर होते हैं? यस मोइन.
So maybe land to sea.
लैंड टू सी. तो आप लोग किताब नहीं पढ़ रहे, यू आर नॉट रीडिंग जीसी लियोंग बुक. अगर आप पढ़े होते तो आपको ये आंसर बहुत आसान होता. Yes, Daya, you are not reading, right? You are not reading GC Leong. You haven't read monsoon type of climate. Have you read it?
Yes, sir.
आपने पढ़ा है तो उसमें लिखा हुआ है कि ड्यूरिंग विंटर इंडिया में जो नॉर्थ ईस्टर्ली विंड जो वो लैंड टुवर्ड्स से जाती है, उसके वजह से इट इज अ ड्राई सीजन, कूल एंड ड्राई सीजन, बिकॉज देयर इज नो रेनफॉल बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. Am I right, Anshu?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? So the wind, but here in Mediterranean type of climate, the situation is different. In Mediterranean type of climate, during winter, the winds are onshore. Onshore means what? During winter, the wind blows from sea towards land because of the shifting of the pressure. And that is the reason there is winter rainfall in the Mediterranean type of climate. तो मेडिटेरेनियन टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट के लिए ये बहुत ध्यान में रखना जरूरी है कि इन मेडिटेरेनियन टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट देयर इज विंटर रेनफॉल एंड समर्स आर ड्राई, एंड दिस इज द ओनली क्लाइमेटिक टाइप इन द वर्ल्ड where there is rainfall during the winter season and not during the summer season, because many of the other what you can say the climatic zone, the rainfall is in the summer, the rainfall is in the what you can say we have seen that due to the summer, due to the high temperature, there is low pressure is created, and because of that low pressure, the winds are blowing from high pressure region to low pressure region, and that is why there is rainfall. But here in Mediterranean type of climate, the situation is different. So that is what is mentioned here, that the two types of climates are there in the Mediterranean type of climate. That is, summers are dry, but winters are wet. Right. So here you can see a dry summer with offshore winds, while in the winter, a concentration of rainfall in the winter with what you can say onshore westerlies. Right. So that is what is mentioned here. So कभी अगर question पूछा जाता है कि what is the reason for the winter rainfall in the Mediterranean type of climate, is that the reason is due to the pressure belts, due to the shifting of the pressure belt, the wind blows from sea towards land in the winter season, and that is why there is winter rainfall. And of course, in such situation, since we can say the winter rainfall, तो यहाँ का जो vegetation होता है वो unique type of vegetation होता है. यहाँ पे the vegetation is not like the other type of climate. Here, maximum what you can say the vegetation is of the cirrus plants. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि cirrus plants means कि cirrus plants means the plants which makes citric acid, right? So there is orchard farming here. The plants like avla or jaitun or grapes or what you can say oranges, lemon, such type of plants are grown in this type of climate. So this type of climate is known for growing with what you can say agriculture or horticulture, right? Not agriculture, but you can say horticulture. फलोत्पादन मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये या ठिकाणामध्ये होतात. Like the fruits are grown, citrus fruits again, like lemon or grapes or what you can say oranges, then jaitun or olive, then what you can say avla, such type of fruits which have citric acid. Such type of crops are grown in large extent in this type of climate. And as we know that this type of climate is surrounded in the Mediterranean Sea. Here we have the countries like Greece, Turkey, then Italy, then Spain, then Morocco, then some type of like what you can say Portuguese. So these countries are what you can say more progressive, and because they are more progressive, they do agriculture, but with what you can say the most what you can say the with modern ways. So although they grow all these types of what you can say the crops, that is orchard farming is practiced in the Mediterranean type of climate here. So orchard farming means the oranges, then seville, then what you can say citrus fruits. Maximum citrus fruits are grown in Mediterranean type of climate. So here the trees are not ज़्यादा grow नहीं होते because एक तो rainfall होता है winter में होता है, summer में rainfall नहीं होता है, and that winter rainfall limits the growth of the plants, and that is why here a very bushy type of plants like grapes, these are what you can say grow in this type of climate, right? Apart from this, there is one more important feature of the Mediterranean type of climate, that there are some local winds which blows in this region. Some are dry local winds, and some are what you can say some are the cold winter winds. So hot winter local winds and cold winter what you can say the winds are coming here. So that you can see local winds, that is one famous type of what you can say local winds which blows in the northern part of Africa. These are called as Sirocco winds. These are the characteristics of the Sahara Desert. So Sahara Desert is located in the between 10 to 30 degree latitude. So this is hot, dry and dusty wind which originates in the Sahara Desert. Though it may occur at any time of the year, it is most frequent in spring and normally lasts only for few days. So the Sirocco blows outwards in southerly direction from the desert interior into the cooler Mediterranean Sea. It is usually associated with depression. And there is one more type of local winds which what you can say blows, that is mistral. Mistrals are originated in the northern part of Mediterranean Sea, that is in the European part of the Mediterranean Sea. So in contrast, this mistral is a cold wind from the north and north wind, and that is what I can say that in the Italy, then Spain, then what you can say Germany, such type of what you can say the winds are blowing in the northern part of Mediterranean Sea. So you need to remember that in Mediterranean type of sea there are certain what you can say the local winds. Second, then there is one more type of what you can say the local winds, which what you can say blows in this called as Manhattan. So these are again, this increases the temperature of the surrounding region of the Mediterranean Sea. So what you need to remember about the Mediterranean Sea, that there is winter rainfall, then orchard farming is there. Orchard farming, then obviously advanced orchard farming is there. That you can see that on next page there is a picture given that the grapes are grown in Mediterranean Sea. In Turkey, some are dried to make sultanas. Means ये जो grapes होते हैं, these are processed. They are converted into what you can say kishmish. तो ये जो ग्रेप्स होते हैं उसका प्रोसेसिंग किया जाता है, उसको प्रोसेसिंग करके उसको किशमिश में कन्वर्ट किया जाता है, which we are used or you can say for what you can say as a dry fruits. So olive, then oranges, then what you can say avla. These all types of crops are cultivated in this. But again, although orchard farming is there, but that orchard farming is in advanced and what you can say the developed format. So that's what you need to remember about the Mediterranean Sea. Any doubts about Mediterranean Sea? समझ में आ गया? All of you understood what is the Mediterranean type of climate? Am I audible to all of you? Yasmin?
Yes.
Check it. Now moving on to the next type of climate, that is this steppe type of climate. Now we will see what is the steppe type of climate. Steppe type of climate is located between 30 to 40 degree latitude in middle of continent. Right? Anant, you want to ask something?
No, sir.
No, check it. So next type of climate, that is steppe type of climate, which is located between 30 to 45 degree latitude. That is called a steppe type of climate. The name steppe is derived from the steppe type of grasslands which are found in this type of climate. So you need to remember location 30 to 45 degree latitude, that is in the middle of continent. So we'll go to the chapter steppe type of climate. Now here you can see all the types of climates, they have certain names. Those steppe type of climate, here you can see the steppe type of climate is called as the temperate continental climate. Temperate continental means what? Why it is called as temperate continental? Because they are found in the temperate zone. So is it a warm temperate zone or cold temperate zone? 30 to 45 degree latitude.
Warm temperature.
Warm temperature.
Warm temperature.
So the warm temperate continental. Now why they are called as continental? Because they are located in the middle of continent, and that is why they are called as continental type of climate, which is also called as steppe type of climate because of the unique grasslands which are found in this steppe type of the climate. So can you all see here steppes which are located here? So the temperate continental steppe type of climate which is explained here. So they are located in the middle of continent between 30 to 45 degree latitude in the Central Asia, then Central North America. Can you all see Central North America? That central part of USA, there are what you can say the steppe type of climate, but here the grasslands which are found in the steppe type of climate here, they are called as prairies. So the various names have been given to the various grasslands which are found in the in this type of climate. So in Asia, they are called as steppes. In North America, they are called as prairies grassland. In South America, they are called as pampas grassland. In Africa, they are called as velds. And in Australia, they are called as downs. So you need to remember the names of grassland which are located in various continents of the continents. In Asia, they are steppes. In America, they are called as prairies. In South America, they are called as pampas. And in South Africa, they are called as velds. And in Australia, they are called as downs. Now, what is the important characteristics of feature of the steppe type of climate is that, as we know, as we move from in the interior, the amount of rainfall increases or the amount of rainfall decreases. We have seen in the continental type of climate in the Sudan, the amount of rainfall increased or the amount of rainfall decreased compared to the monsoon type of climate. Yes, Anand?
Decrease.
Decrease, right? Similarly, here also between 30 to 45 degree latitude in the middle of the continent, that is in the continental type of climate, the amount of rainfall is less compared to the Mediterranean type of climate and compared to the China type of climate which is adjacent to it. So eastern margin में China type of climate है, western margin में Mediterranean type of climate है, और जो middle वाला जो part है यहाँ पर steppe type of climate है और यहाँ पर बारिश कम होती है. So here the amount of rainfall is very low. That you can see in the graph. Right hand side में graph दिख रहा है आपको? Can you see the graph of the amount of rainfall? So you can see the amount of rainfall is very low. is only around 3 to 4 inches per annum. The highest rainfall is more than what you can say the 3 inches. तो यहाँ पर बारिश बहुत कम होती है, and बारिश बहुत कम होने की वजह से यहाँ grassland what I can say are found here. So here this grassland have unique feature that there are no trees grown in steppe type of climate. Now what is the difference between savanna grasslands and steppe type of grassland is that in savanna grassland there are some birds and trees in between, there are some bushes in between. But in steppe type of grassland, like for more than 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers, you will not find a single tree. And why there are no trees in the steppe type of climate? Because of the less amount of what you can say the rainfall, and also we know that these are very extreme what you can say the low temperate region or low what you can say the temperature region, because we have seen that as we move from sea towards the continent, in the middle of the continent, during the winter the temperature is very low, and during the summer the temperature is very high, right? Do you remember the distribution of temperature? जब हमने देखा था उस समय मैंने ये देखा था कि in the middle of the continent during summer the temperature is very high, and during winter the temperature is very low. That you can see here in the temperature graph on the right hand side. Here you can see that temperature reaches up to 70 Fahrenheit and the minimum temperature is minus 10 Fahrenheit. So such a high what you can see the high annual range of temperature, मतलब minimum temperature और high temperature में बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क होता है. And because of this here, the people who live in this area, that is in the Central Asia, which are called as Mongols, they are very harsh people. They are very what you can say the people know how to survive in such harsh condition. So such harsh condition do not what we can say let the people to have industrial development, but here the agriculture is well developed. But the difference between the agriculture in the monsoon type of climate and steppe type of climate is that in monsoon type of climate there are variety of crops are grown. अगर इंडिया में अगर आप देखोगे, इंडिया में अलग अलग तरीके के क्रॉप्स ग्रो किए जाते हैं. Can anybody tell me why there is variety of the crops are grown in India? What could be the reason why there is variety of the crops grown in India?
Sir, it is in
एक तो
Sir,
हम
India is in monsoon type of climate.
I am going to discuss the geography of India in detail, and then I will be discussing why the various types of crops in various types of region in India. But just a general idea why there is variety of the crops grown in India. Yes, Anant.
Sir, India is in a monsoon type of climate, and it has the different type of crops according to the climate season. As in cool and dry season, there are different crops, and in rainy season there are different, and in summer season different.
Okay.
As we see that sugar cane is in cool and dry season, and in so yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now you can see that in India, the agriculture is that traditional agriculture. Traditional agriculture means what? It is not highly commercial, what you can say the advanced agriculture. It is traditional agriculture, subsistence agriculture. Subsistence means what? कि whatever the agriculture is carried in India, that is for subsistence. मतलब उधर निर्वाह के लिए यहाँ पर खेती की जाती है, right? So whatever the agriculture is carried in India, that is for the subsistence. और जो भी खेती की जाती है, मैक्सिमम जो खेती की जाती है वो बेचने के लिए नहीं की जाती है, जो अपनी जो जरूरत की जो चीजें हैं उसके लिए की जाती है. और यहाँ पे वैरायटी ऑफ क्रॉप्स है. वैरायटी ऑफ क्रॉप्स मींस व्हाट? कि राइस इज कल्टीवेशन, व्हीट इज कल्टीवेटेड, कॉटन इज कल्टीवेटेड, फ्रूट्स आर कल्टीवेटेड, पल्सेस आर कल्टीवेटेड, देन teas are cultivated, then sugar canes are cultivated. There are variety of types of crops are cultivated in India. But and again it is a traditional agriculture, and here we can see intensive agriculture. Intensive agriculture means what? कि कम से कम जगह में ज्यादा से ज्यादा एग्रीकल्चर करने की कोशिश की जाती है. Like in minimum land, maximum production is what you can say expected in the Mediterranean type of climate, sorry, in the monsoon type of climate. But in steppe type of climate, whatever the agriculture is practiced here. So one of the reason why there is subsistence and intensive type of agriculture in India is that कि low per capita land holding in India. इंडिया में जो लैंड होल्डिंग जो है वो पर कैपिटल लैंड होल्डिंग बहुत कम है. मतलब इंडिया के पास में जो सबसे बड़ा जो फार्मर होता है उसके पास 50 एकड़ जमीन होती है, या फिर नॉर्मल एवरेज साइज ऑफ द एग्रीकल्चर लैंड इन इंडिया इज दैट इज 4 एकर्स, 5 एकर्स और मे बी 1 एकड़. सम फार्मर्स अगर किसी के पास में अगर सपोज 25 एकड़ या 30 एकड़ अगर जमीन होती है, देन इज कंसीडर्ड एज अ रिच फार्मर और अ लार्ज फार्मर. बट इन सेंट्रल टाइप ऑफ व्हाट यू कैन से हियर इन द सेंट्रल एशिया, the what you can say the per capita land holding is very high. It is up to 1000 or the smaller farmer, जो सबसे जो छोटा farmer होता है उसके पास कम से कम 1000 एकड़ जमीन होती है और कुछ फार्मर के पास तो 4000 से 5000 एकड़ जमीन होती है. तो obviously this farmer what you can say they have to go for mechanized agriculture. So agriculture which is practiced in steppe type of climate, because this type of climate is suitable for monocropping, such type of agriculture is suitable for food grain, especially the wheat. तो steppe type of climate में यहाँ पे सेंट्रल एशिया में कमर्शियल ग्रेन फार्मिंग की जाती है. ग्रेन मतलब कौन सा? Wheats are what you can say grown in the Central Asia, sorry, in the Central Asia. So commercial grain farming means what? Monocrop, like 4000 एकड़ 5000 एकड़ इस एरिया में wheat grain, wheat का क्या होता है, फूड ग्रेन का यहाँ पर क्या ग्रो की जाती है और वो कमर्शियल होता है, मैकेनाइज्ड होता है. मैकेनाइज्ड मतलब क्या? लार्ज मशीन्स आर यूज्ड फॉर sowing the seeds, harvesting, and at the same time what you can say the helicopters and drones are used for spraying pesticides, spraying fertilizers, like such a large what you can say the machines are used for agriculture here. So highly commercial agriculture, monocrop मतलब एक ही क्रॉप बड़े पैमाने पे लिया जाता है. Then extensive agriculture and food grain agriculture is the feature of this steppe type of climate in this Central Asia. इतने बड़े पैमाने पे होता है, that is we can see here कि यहाँ पर जो वहां पर जो खेती होते हैं वहां पर बड़े बड़े ट्रेन में क्या किया जाता है कि वहां की जो व्हीट जो होता है, जो व्हीट जो होता है उसको हार्वेस्ट कर ट्रेन में लादा जाता है और वहां से फिर यूरोप को भेजा जाता है. समझ में आ गया? सो दिस सेंट्रल एशिया और द स्टेप्पी टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेटिक जोन इज कॉल्ड एज ग्रेनरीज फॉर द यूरोप. जो यूरोप जो है ऊपर वाला जो पार्ट है यूरोप में, वहां पर फूड ग्रेन एग्रीकल्चर नहीं हो सकता है कि वॉट एवर द स्टेपल फूड इज देयर इन यूरोप, दैट इज वहां पर जो ब्रेड बनाया जाता है, दैट ब्रेड इज व्हाट यू कैन से मेड फ्रॉम द wheat or the grain which are grown in this steppe type of climate. So whatever the wheats are grown here in this steppe type of climate, that is exported to the Europe, and that is why the steppe type of region or the steppe region is called as granaries of the Europe or granaries of the world, because maximum wheat which has grown here that is exported to the other parts of the world, right? So यहाँ पर commercial खेती की जाती है, export करने के लिए खेती की जाती है, subsistence के लिए यहाँ पर खेती नहीं की जाती है. That is the one of the important feature of this steppe type of climate. So in steppe type of climate, the soil quality is very high. The soil which are found in the steppe type of climate is called as chestnut soil, and this chestnut soil are what you can say, and these are suitable for the growth of the wheat or growth for the grasses. So that is why a very what you can say the vast grasslands are available, and here the grass type of crops are grown here, so that you can see here. So that is what is available here. But here you can see that in the prairies, that is in the America, so wheat are grown in America, but in Central Asia. But in America, the wheat which are grown in America, there are two types. One is called a spring type of what you can say wheat, and the spring and winter wheats are grown. Here the winter and spring wheats are used for rearing pigs here. So you can see यहाँ पर सेंट्रल अमेरिका में मैक्सिमम जो wheat होता है वहाँ के pigs के लिए दिया जाता है, और pigs eat those what you can say the wheats, and these pigs are used as the what you can say the food for the people in America. So the pork is one of the important food for the Americans in North America. So prairies, in prairies there is growth of wheat along with cotton, and along with what you can say the along with cotton the wheats are also grown in the prairie type of climate. So compared to steppe climate or compared to steppe grassland, the grasses in the prairies are long. The quality of the soil is very good in the Central America, and that is the reason that America has a high GDP, because here in the Central America यहाँ पर खेती बहुत ज्यादा की जाती है. Western America में industries, IT industries located है, और Eastern America में mechanical industries बड़े पैमाने पे located हैं. So one of the important reason for the high development of America is that the prairies the ecosystem or prairies grassland which are found in the central part of America. Right? While in South America, that in Argentina, here you can see that pampas grasslands are there. In this pampas grassland, they rear cattle, and cattle are used for the beef production. So here you can see यहाँ पर तो commercial cattle rearing की जाती है. Cattle are reared in these grasslands, and these cattle are killed for what we can say beef production, and maximum beefs are exported by the people of Argentina. And that is why you can say that cattle rearing and beef production is one of the important economic activity in Argentina. While in Australia and South America, the important economic activity, as well as in the New Zealand, the important activity is sheep rearing and not the what you can say the cattle rearing or pig rearing. So in North America there is pig rearing. In South America and Argentina there is pig, what you can say the cattle rearing. While in veld and downs, which are the grasslands in the Australia and South America, there is sheep rearing. And here the farmers, they do again advanced sheep rearing. हमारी इंडिया में भी की जाती है. इंडिया में एक्चुअली सब कुछ किया जाता है. इंडिया में एग्रीकल्चर भी किया जाता है, हॉर्टिकल्चर भी किया जाता है, देन व्हीट कल्टीवेशन भी किया जाता है, एनिमल रेयरिंग भी किया जाता है, शिप रेयरिंग भी किया जाता है, बट ऑल इज ट्रेडिशनल वे. बट यहाँ पर जो किया जाता है वो कमर्शियल वे में किया जाता है, एडवांस वे में किया जाता है. और यहाँ के जो शिप्स होते हैं एडवांस शिप रेयरिंग की जाती है, और उसका जो प्रोडक्शन है दैट इज एक्सपोर्टेड टू अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. So Pretoria and Downs there is ship rearing, and in New Zealand also an advanced ship rearings are practiced in these types of grasslands. So this is the economic development in the steppe type of climate. So what you need to remember about the steppe type of climate is that in steppe type of climate there is what you can say the low rainfall, and because of the low rainfall the grasslands are developed in the steppe type of climate in the middle of the Asia. That here you can see, and here you can also see that here the commercial grain farming is practiced in this steppe type of climate. Then wheat farming is practiced in North America. Then animal rearing is practiced in the South America. Then sheep rearing is practiced in Australia and South Africa. And we can see that compared to अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, अब तक जितना भी हमने देखा है प्रोग्रेसिवली यहाँ पर व्हाट यू कैन से एग्रीकल्चरल डेवलपमेंट थोड़ा सा ज्यादा है. तो अगर हम कंपेयर करेंगे एज वी हैव सीन कि इक्वेटोरियल टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट में एग्रीकल्चर तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है बिकॉज ऑफ एवरीडे रेनफॉल, और मानसून टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट में कुछ हद तक यहाँ पर एग्रीकल्चर डेवलप हो चुका है, बट वो ट्रेडिशनल एग्रीकल्चर है. सूडान टाइप ऑफ ग्रासलैंड, सूडान टाइप ऑफ क्लाइमेट में, या फिर हमने जो देखा था जो मिडल है वहां पर तो क्या है कि एनिमल रेयरिंग की जाती है, बट वो ट्राइब्समैन की तरह होता है. डेजर्ट में तो बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ रेनफॉल देयर इज नो एग्रीकल्चरल, देयर इज नो एनिमल रेयरिंग, ओनली व्हाट यू कैन से द शिप रेयरिंग्स आर देयर, बट दैट इज आल्सो अगेन ट्रेडिशनल. In Mediterranean type of climate we can see orchard farming, growing of the oranges, citrus type of plants is there. And in steppe type of climate there is what we can say the commercial grain farming is practiced here. So compared to monsoon type of climate, यहाँ पर जो agriculture की जो practice है वो थोड़ी सी अलग तरह की है. Advanced commercial mechanized agricultural farming and monocropping is the practice which is practiced in the steppe type of climate and the prairies type of grasslands. That is what you need to remember. So comparison is very important. You need to compare all types of climate with each other in terms of rainfall, in terms of vegetation, in terms of what you can say economic development, and in terms of what you can say the amount of rainfall. So in steppe type of climate there are no trees, only vast grasslands are found. There are no trees found in this steppe type of climate. So these are very vast steppe grasslands are there in this steppe type of climate. Fine. This is all about the Mediterranean type of climate and steppe type of climate for today. All of you will read both the topics from GC Lyon. You read it out. If you don't understand anything, you can ask me. So tomorrow we will be discussing the China type of climate, and we will also discuss about the British type of climate in tomorrow's session if it is possible for me to take. Fine. So most probably tomorrow is Saturday. I may not be able to take the class, but I will inform you whether I will be able to take the class or not. But I want you to revise all the types of climate, like from equatorial to steppe type of climate. आपको revise करना है, उसको compare करना है कि comparison में कहाँ बारिश होती है, कहाँ कितनी बारिश होती है, कौन से month में बारिश होती है, vegetation type कैसे है, deciduous है, evergreen है, xerophytic है या grasslands हैं, economic development कैसा है, or which is a major economic activity in this type of climate, and how the climate influences the economic development of the region. That you need to focus more on while revising this type of climate. And we also need to remember about the location where they are located. whether they are located on the eastern margin of the continent or western margin of the continent or middle of the continent, and what is the latitudinal location, वो भी आपको देखना है. Fine. Is it interesting? समझ में आ रहा है या सब मतलब सब दिमाग के ऊपर से जा रहा है? Am I clear to? सबको समझ में आ रहा है what I'm explaining to you? Aishwarya, are you getting it?
हाँ सर आ रहा है.
ठीक है, तो आई गेस आपने बहुत बाद में ज्वाइन किया था. आई हैव रिकॉर्डेड द क्लास. You
हाँ सर.
can watch the recording. Yesterday's class also I have shared on the group and it is uploaded on the YouTube channel, so you can watch the yesterday's class also, right? चलिए दया,
Yeah.
समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes sir.
अंशु?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, चलिए अनंत? Fine. See this actually
Yes,
जो
sir.
क्वेश्चन जो पूछे जाते हैं प्रीलिम्स में, ये जो अप्लाइड ज्योग्राफी है यहाँ से ज्यादा पूछे जाते हैं, कोर ज्योग्राफी से बहुत कम सवाल पूछे जाते हैं. तो अब तक हमने जो बेसिक ज्योग्राफी देखा था वो अब यहाँ हम अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. फाइन मोइन? चलिए, so we'll stop it here for today.
Yes.
Maybe after 15 minutes or maybe after 10 minutes I will continue with the newspaper discussion. So all of you join for today's newspaper analysis and newspaper discussion. So after maybe 5 to 10 minutes we'll continue.
Yes, sir.
चलिए,
Okay.
okay, fine.